Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So basically with lockdown, all my eating routines and habits have taken a bit of got a bit pear-shaped basically, and also I have a very long-standing eating habit that totally needs changing and which I don't really talk about because in actual fact, I'm probably a bit embarrassed about it, so I don't really talk about it, but it needs changing. And I feel like before lockdown started, so if you saw my video, you would have seen that before lockdown, back in February, I went on holiday with my friend to Barcelona. And when I was in Barcelona, I spoke a lot to my friend, and I had the renewed motivation that yes, I need to make the few changes to my eating habits. So if you've followed my story, you will see that I've had massive trouble eating breakfast, lunch and dinner. So for a long while I would only eat dinner and an evening snack, and my evening snack would be massive. Then I was able to introduce a small breakfast, a small lunch, and then have dinner and a slightly smaller evening snack. And I'd do that for a little bit, a few months, and then I would find myself reverting backwards and then going back just having dinner and a massive evening snack, and then I would try again. But the last time I tried, it stuck. I was doing it and I felt like, yes, this is the good one, this is the one that's sticking. And it was sticking, and then lockdown happened and it went a little bit pear-shaped. Not that much, I mean, to be honest, I pretty much always do now still eat breakfast, lunch, dinner and an evening snack, but they have got smaller, my breakfast and my lunches again, and it is so frustrating. And I don't want to do these videos and you watch my videos and think, oh, she's useless, you know, she says she's doing these changes and then she tries them and she'll do them for a few months and then she stops, and you'll think she's not really in recovery or anything like that. I am, and I'm trying, and I just feel like this is actually what my recovery is like, and actually what maybe a lot of people's real recovery is like. I mean, I see the other YouTubers and like eating disorder recovery channels who will say, you know, once it's in, you know, challenge, repeat, challenge, repeat. Once, you know, once this habit is in, it stays in, and then they seem to keep it in. And for me, you know, it hasn't really always worked like that. And as you'll see from this video, you know, it it has taken a step backwards, only a small step backwards, but a step backwards. And you may look at this and think, oh, she's not helping me because she always reverts backwards. It's not. I try and think of it as you take a step forward, and okay, you may take a little step back, but you're not going all the way back to the beginning and having to start again. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So, and that is what recovery is like. It is not a nice linear straight line where, you know, you challenge, like I see people and they say like, yeah, I'm challenging this, this is coming into my diet and it's not going out, and then they're just constantly like up. And for me, you know, it is not like that. You know, with over a decade of an eating disorder, it is not as simple as, yeah, I'm gonna have this at breakfast and this is always going to stay in. And it was staying in. As I say, the problem was lockdown. You know, the first week or so of lockdown, it was okay. I was pretty much sticking exactly to what I had been doing. But then, not even intentionally. So if you've watched my like what I eat in a day videos and stuff like that, you'll know that I would often have 2 scrambled eggs for breakfast. It just so happened that I had some like probiotic yogurts, so I had them a few days for breakfast, which were lower in calories than what the scrambled egg would have been or what my Weetabix and yogurt would have been. And then just those few days of having those slightly lower calorie yogurts, I was then, well, I can't have scrambled eggs now. I couldn't go like, and now I'm stuck in this headset that whilst I am still having breakfast, my breakfast has got smaller and I can't possibly have okay, there's a trigger warning here, I'm going to talk about calories. The scrambled eggs would have been 40 calories more than what the yogurt that I have been having, and even those tiny, like 40 calories isn't much, but even that, my head has now been for weeks now, I can't possibly have scrambled eggs again because they're too many calories for my breakfast, and then I would have less food for my evening snack. It's not about, you see, it's not about cutting out the calories, it's about saving them for the evening, which is totally bad habit. And as I say, this is something I have been trying to work on for so long, and it has got a lot better, and it was getting better. And as I say, when I went to Barcelona, I had planned on coming back and moving more of my evening snack earlier in the day. But as I say, lockdown happened, and I was like, literally with lockdown, my head just, it's like a switch flicked, and eating disorder thoughts got a lot worse. And I was like, right, I can't challenge myself, I can't do anything, I'm literally just about trying to survive and stick to some sort of normal eating and habits just so that I don't go backwards. And so I was like, I can't challenge myself. And obviously we've been in lockdown now for, well, months now, and it has got to the point now where I'm like, Rebecca, actually, come on, you know, you can't just plod along like this, you have to start challenging yourself. So that is what I'm going to do. I really like, well, my eating disorder really doesn't want me to, because it wants me to keep saving the calories for later. But if you've seen my bloating videos, you know I will suffer quite badly with bloating. My bloating has got worse, I think because I've been having less during the day, and I've also like been trying to leave things as late as possible. So my lunch will be at 5:30 in the evening, and anyone knows 5:30 is not lunchtime. So, and that is just a habit that I have and that I have gotten into, which I really need to change. And it's so hard. Like, you think it would just be easy to eat, I don't know, 3 o'clock as opposed to 5:30, but with my head it is really not. And I don't know if other people have that same struggles, but I totally do, and I totally understand you. And the other habit that I have had now for so long, and which I've just allowed, I've never even tried to challenge it because I've been like, I can't do it and I don't want to do it, which I don't really, well, I never talk about to anybody. But so with my evening snack, I make it last the whole evening, because I feel I can't possibly just sit and watch TV. I have to be eating something, otherwise, you know, I'm going to be bored and I can't. So literally I will start my evening snack at, say, 9:30, and I will drag it out till like 11:30, and that will be like porridge, a chicken breast, a bread roll. It's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous, I know, and it is a mindset that has to change. I used to, like, back when I was discharged from hospital in like 2011, my evening snack would be like a Nesquik and a Kit Kat, and I would take, you know, I don't know, 20 minutes, and that'd be it. But over time, where my evening snacks got bigger and bigger, and I've just been like, I can't possibly just sit and watch TV. I have to sit and eat, and it's wrong, and I hate myself for it, and I feel like ashamed that I think that way. I don't know if anyone else has those same sorts of feelings, but if you do, you're not alone. But yeah, that's how I feel. And that is partly the big reason why I haven't wanted to move calories from my evening snack to earlier on, because I'm like, well, how am I going to fill my evening? But this has to change. And as I say, it's reached that point now in lockdown where I've been plodding along for months and months saying, oh, I can't change anything because I'm just trying to cope and I'm just managing. No, I'm not having that anymore. And as I say, you probably think, oh, well, she's just saying that. She'll do it for a month and then she'll revert back. Please, I may do it for a month and then find myself slipping back, but I will try again. And the more I keep trying and the more you can keep trying, the more hopefully we just keep chipping away, and then the easier it is like I say, with lockdown, although I have taken maybe a little step backwards with having less at breakfast and lunch have still been there, which is not, so I haven't gone all the way back to the beginning. They are still there. So it is just trying to build on that, that type of progress. So my plan for today, at the start of today, because obviously it's a Monday, it's the start of a week, and I'm have to start things at the start of a week. I want to try and give my eating habits a kick up the backside and get them back and better again. So I'm gonna cut down on the fruit, because I'm literally having so much fruit in the evening. It's ridiculous, and it is so totally not good for my stomach. Cut down on the fruit, cut down a bit on the veg, although I have cut down so much on my vegetables, and just make sure I eat breakfast and lunch at a normaler time. So when I have a day off, I often don't get up till like 10:30, so I don't get around to having my breakfast till 11, 11:30. So I wouldn't then really want to eat breakfast at 1 o'clock. But anyway, lunch cannot be left till 5:30. That is a no-no. So I'm going to try and have it, say, maybe like by 4. So yeah, I want to make sure I have them at more normal times, make them bigger, make my evening snack smaller, and feel that I don't have to drag my evening snack out all night. Like I used to, again, when I was discharged from hospital back in 2011, I would go to bed at like 10 o'clock, and now I go to bed at 11:30, midnight, and I'm always tired. And it's, well, why do you think? Because I go to bed so late, because I drag out all my food. And yes, my eating disorder really doesn't want me to make these changes, because it wants me to have all the food later on. And I know I will find it very hard, and I'm sure people can appreciate that. But I'm trying to tell myself, I've done it before, all those years ago when I would just have the Nesquik and a Kit Kat. I've done it before. It's just about your body getting used to it, and you have to persevere and stick with it for your body to get used to it. Like the less vegetables, I thought I could never ever have less vegetables than what I was having, and that I would miss them too much and I'd want to eat them. But now I'm perfectly happy with the less vegetables that I have, perfectly happy. So it does happen. Things do get easier. You just have to stick with them. And I know you're probably thinking, well, I don't stick with it. I do. I just sometimes take a little step backwards, but then I get back on it. So anyway, so yes, that is my plan. Have a bigger breakfast, have a bigger lunch at more normal times, less of an evening snack, and that my evening snack doesn't have to last all evening. Like my evening snack is often like porridge, a chicken breast and a bread roll, as I said earlier. And recently I've been having porridge and a tub of Halo Top ice cream, and I was thinking, well, if I move more calories earlier, I haven't got the calories to have that in the evening. Like I haven't got the calories for the ice cream and the porridge. And I'm like, yeah, but you can still have the tub of ice cream, you just can't have the porridge with it. And I was like, yeah, but that's going to take me, 15 minutes to eat, and then what am I going to do? But that's totally okay. That is the habit I need to be getting into. Yeah, you can have an evening snack, something after your dinner, but it can just be like some ice cream or a bowl of cereal. It doesn't have to be everything, and it doesn't have to last forever. So that is the end of my video. I'm sorry if you find it uninspiring. I just wanted to show what my reality of eating disorder recovery is like. It is about trying to tackle these habits, and yes, sometimes you may slip back, but it's about getting back on it and trying again, and eventually, they do stick. Like my breakfast and my lunch, they are there now, they're stuck, they just got a little bit smaller, but I'm going to get back on it. And yeah, so please don't give up on me, don't give up on yourselves. It's okay that once it's in, doesn't always happen. It's okay if your challenge repeat sometimes slips away. Things like lockdown, we can't anticipate them. Eating disorders react to things like that. That's totally okay. It's okay if you find yourself sometimes slipping backwards, but we just have to try and get back on it. And okay, like I've taken the whole of lockdown to try and get back on it, but I'm going to get back on it now. You just have to be kind to yourself, give yourself the time. And okay, you can't be pushing yourself all the time. Sometimes you just have to take that time to just manage, and then, you know, you will feel ready, hopefully, again, to re-challenge yourself as I'm feeling now. And I hope you can take inspiration from that. And yes, sorry if you hated this video, but if you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.